What if everything you've been struggling with, self-sabotage, chronic stress, anxiety, emotional pain, wasn't a flaw, but a message calling you back to your true self? Welcome to Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci, where we uncover the hidden causes of spiritual disconnection and guide you home to yourself. Traci is a doctor of metaphysical psychology, spiritual mentor, energy healer, and your transformational guide. This show isn't just self-help, it's a sacred space to break free from the unseen forces keeping you stuck. You'll learn to decode the messages from your body, release fear, and activate your inner power. Healing requires action, and you don't have to do it alone. Get ready, because Self-Healing Codes starts now.
As we do in each session, we find ways in which self-love is blocked inside of our bioenergetic fields. As I've shared with you before, there are 4 bioenergetic fields: our physical body, our emotion, which is also our soul's energy. Our feelings are the way in which we navigate being human. This is where our divine assignment is channeled into our conscious awareness, and it's what we're here to remember. Our mental body is our thoughts, our ego's domain. Ego in alignment navigates the outside world as a witness, gathering tools through thoughts, feelings, and experiences. But when we're out of alignment, or we're stuck in the programs of generational trauma, our ego controls and compels us. And there is our spiritual body. This is the very subtle and sensitive energetic field that allows us, yes, every single one of us, to channel information from divine intelligence for the sole purpose of remembering who we are. Spirit energy, having a human experience. In our sessions together, called Self-Healing Codes, I take one singular word that has been activated with a frequency and vibration of healing that is intended to be planted in your heart, activating that sacred center, expanding your energy to flow through all 4 of those biofields that I've just shared with you. And to activate your pineal, this becomes the transmitter and the receiver of the divine intelligence. And once heart and pineal have been activated and channeled together, we activate the biome. This is the body's brain, where every cell within our being is waiting for our conscious awareness to assign a role, a responsibility, a duty. The challenge is most of us run in survival mode. And so those cells have no direction. There is no general. There's no one managing the specifics of what we're here to do. And so in Self-Healing Codes, I like to share with you what the singular word is that we're going to download, do a little metaphysical lesson around it, and then actually do the healing. So if you're somewhere that you can sit comfortably without your ankles and knees locked over one another, if you have a pen and paper, something might catch your attention, and we will go into a channeled healing session before we wrap things up today. So let's start with stillness. Stillness is the activation that we're going to do today. It is the block to self-love that does not give you permission to slow down, that tells you you have to keep going, 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 going. It makes you believe that you're stagnant if you're not always in action, or it makes you believe that overaction, overdoing, overgiving, overflowing is making you of greater benefit. So when stillness is blocked, it leads to burnout. Burnout can show up in many forms. It's going to start spiritually first. You're going to intuitively know that you feel uninspired. You're going to just not want to do the things that you love any longer. But after that, if you don't recognize that the burnout is coming on, that your body needs you to listen to it, then it's going to shift into self-sabotage. With stillness being blocked, the self-sabotage is usually pleasing others at your own expense, putting way too much on your plate, and then feeling guilty or angry or judgmental of yourself when you have to cancel things or stuff falls through the cracks. Other self-sabotage is going to look at ways that you self-soothe, that steal your time and create leaks in your energy field, like too much social media, too much television, too much shopping, too much eating, things that are just too much. Let's think of stillness as that central state of balance. On one side is stagnation, and on the other side is burnout. What we want to be able to do today in downloading the energy of stillness into your three sacred centers, heart, pineal, and biome, is to take those extremes of stagnation and burnout and bring them back into a balance where you give yourself permission to be in stillness. Stillness is a sacred space where your deepest truths whisper from your soul, and it's where healing is reclaimed. Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual reclamation of healing. And it's where divine guidance is able to have room to flow. When we are not intuitively aware that we are uninspired by things that usually fill us up, when we go into self-sabotage, something really disempowering happens when we're too busy or we're stuck where we're at. And this is an inability to ask for help. Very often we don't ask for help because we don't want anyone to know that we're blocked, but also because there's shame around the ways that this inability shows up. Depression is an anger that allows us to get stuck in the past. And anxiety is a worry that makes us believe that we have to keep doing, keep pleasing, keep serving, keep proving. And today, I want to shift this in your body first. When we download the self-healing code of stillness, it's first going to give you permission to not have to be what the world around you expects, or at least what you think the world around you expects. This morning, I was talking to my good friend Diane, and we were talking about this. And I said to her, you know, when someone says to you, for example, you're at my house for a dinner party and you come in and you're busily cleaning up, you're not socializing or having fun, you're not making that day about you because you want to help me. And I say to you, go sit down. Enjoy the lake, listen to the birds sing, be with our friends. And you can't do that. Or you pretend that you're doing it by leaving and going to sit down, but your mind is still racing about all the ways that you can help, or why didn't I want your help? This is a block to your self-love. And the remedy to this is stillness. What would you be able to do? What would your body and your soul ask you to do if you could be still enough for long enough to feel the tension in your body? to feel the emotional roller coaster of happy and sad, mad and glad. What would your body and soul tell you if you could just shut off some of the noise in your head? Let me tell you exactly what your body is going to tell you. Soften the muscles behind your eyes. Let your shoulders move away from your ears. Release the tension in your belly, your back, and your buttocks. And let your legs be heavy so that a flow of energy can connect to your breath. Your body's going to ask you to breathe. Yeah, to breathe. Your breath is the material, physical counterpart of your soul's energy. If you are not aware of your breath, you're not aware of your soul, and therefore you cannot listen. When you hold your breath, when your breath gets caught, when you can't take a full inhalation or an exhalation, that is your soul asking for stillness. Your ego is going to ask for silence. It requires inner silence and awareness of the ability to shut off the noise from the outside world in order for you to give yourself permission to be still. Your soul wants to hear, to feel, and to experience your breath. And your body wants permission for your muscles, your tissues, your organs to relax. This process of listening, this ability to drop into inner stillness, is often referred to as meditation. But there's something that has to happen before the ability to meditate, before the ability to meditate is available. And this is getting back into the body. For me, I teach this as metaphysical messages. What are metaphysical messages? They're the way that your body speaks to you in itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb, anywhere. And when you feel that, and where you feel that, is a very important message that I translate. And understanding the subtlety of that itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb, being aware of where it is in your body and getting that message allows you to shut off the story that controls and compels you, but also is anchored to your generational trauma. It's rooted. So just recognizing, being able to scan, be still, and silent within the body comes from practice. And this practice is a body scan. So let's try this body scan right now. It's as quick as 90 seconds. You close your eyes and you start at the top of your head and you just scan your imagination and your breath down your body and you stop at the first sensation. So for example, my first sensation right now is just on the left-hand side by my eye. It was a little itchy, really super subtle. I probably wouldn't even have noticed it. In this moment, that means that I am not seeing what it is that I need to be doing for myself. And in my mind, as trained in metaphysical messages, what popped up right away? I haven't had anything to drink in a long time. So I'm not paying attention to what I need. And I'm going to take this drink of water. And in that moment, three magical things happened. I listened to my body. It knows it can trust to deliver even the most subtle of messages. The louder message coming from all my organs were, we need hydration. And I just delivered that. And I got to teach you a very small, simple lesson. The first place that we experience that itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb is usually the immediate piece of information that we need. But if we keep scanning, a second itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb will show up. And this is the story. And so right now for me, that story is coming up right at the center of my heart, which is sadness, grief, and a perceived sense of loss of self. And so in that very subtle, it wasn't even an itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb. It was just a sensation. And so in order to be in alignment with that, I need to soften my body so that it isn't holding on and creating a perceived sense of loss. And then the third place that we drop into is the root. And for me, this just dropped into the back of my right heel. The right heel is about not moving forward, putting the brakes on, possibly for no reason. But if I go back to all of those stories, my body is asking me to put the brakes on. Stop doing what you're doing now. I'm starting to feel a perceived sense of loss of self. You need some water. It sounds complicated, but when we have the ability to quickly scan our body, understand that there is something that we need, and it's very simple. It's breath. It's water, it's sleep, it's nutrition, it's movement. Those are the 5 key things that our body needs. Without those things, we are blocked to giving self-love. So what would your body and soul tell you if you were still enough to listen? Let's find out. Let's find that comfortable position where your ankles and knees are unbound. Sitting cross-legged or spreading your legs as wide as you're comfortable amplifies the energy. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Taking a deep, gentle inhalation through the nose and holding that at the very top of your head. You're calling every cell to your attention to command the receiving of this stillness download. And as you exhale through your mouth, soften your eyes, the muscles of your jaw, breathing at your own pace now. Tuck your chin slightly so that your shoulders can move away from your ears. Soften your belly and your lower back. Allow your legs to be heavy. On your next inhalation, you can bring your hands and your imagination to the center of your chest. You're activating sacred heart. It's a beautiful, vibrant ball of energy like the sun itself that beams out from the right and the left, the front and the back, above you and below you. Your heart is physically a pump, but it's metaphysically an activator. It pumps the wisdom from Mother Earth up into your heart. It pumps the intelligence from the divine down from into your heart, and it spreads that information through your biofield out into the collective. When your heart is activated, we build a bridge to pineal. If you'd like to place one hand at the center of your forehead and leave the other at your heart, please do that. Here at pineal, we activate the aligned ego. We remove all of the filters that are blocking stillness. You are a transmitter and a receiver, and with your permission, you will receive the download of stillness, the ability to scan the body, and Release the discomfort of being in silence with your own self. On your exhalation, your hand and your breath are going to come back to heart center down the other side of your body. You've now activated the upper circuit, pineal and heart activated. Taking that same hand, moving down the opposite side of the body, rest your hand on your lower belly. This is your biome. Every cell in your being is now standing at attention, waiting to receive this download of stillness. Feel the weight of your hand on your body and perhaps even the heat that's already begun to be generated. And on an inhale, you'll bring that hand back to heart center. You've activated the lower circuit. On your next inhalation, you'll bring your breath and awareness to the very top of your head. Dropping into your third eye, center of your forehead. As an energy worker, I'm asking Source to download the true frequency and vibration of stillness into your mind's eye. As you soften your eyes and your jaw, you receive a warm sensation that begins to transmit space that is silent for you to be able to drop into. On the next exhalation, let's drop into the center of your chest. As you inhale, we ask Source to download the true frequency and vibration of stillness into your body, resetting your nervous system, deprogramming, disentangling any connection to burnout or stagnation that's not serving you. And we release that up into the astral plane where all conflict is corrected. Your heart opens. You have received. On an exhalation, you'll bring your breath and awareness back to your lower belly, just behind your belly button. As you exhale, you pull down the frequency and the vibration of stillness that is now attuned to pineal, heart, and biome. A singular line connected to Mother Earth, pulling stillness up, is also connected to divine intelligence, pulling stillness down. And you are grounded into a conscious awareness of what your body is telling you. Stillness is the sacred space where your deepest truth whispers, where your healing reclamation begins, where divine guidance finally has room to flow. And in this moment, you are grounded in stillness. You are open to the silence, and you are connected to the stillness. This is your perfect right as a spirit being having a human experience. Your body is the sacred vessel to every thought, feeling, and experience. In this moment, your chakras are balanced, your biofield's leaks are sealed, and stillness is no longer blocked. I'm going to ask you to bring your hands to heart center in prayer position if that's comfortable for you. And I'm going to ask you to give thanks for the known, the unknown, the cloaked, the hidden, and disguised. And to just allow to receive this gift. For all of this, I give thanks. I let it be so, and so it is. It is so because you command it. You're going to very gently move your body to release my energy from yours and slowly open your eyes. I'd like to invite you to find me on Facebook. My private group is called Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci. Please feel free to come here and ask any questions. Please tag me so that I actually get the chance to see it myself. Any questions that is going to release you from being blocked to self-love. Any question that you're willing to get a metaphysical answer, I'm excited to share with you. Thank you for being here today. I greatly appreciate. The energy of stillness will continue to activate within you over the next couple weeks. And I'll see you on the fourth Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And we will continue to download self-healing codes. Again, I am Traci, your doctor of metaphysical psychology, and I am grateful to be in service.
You've been listening to the Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci on Transformation Talk Radio. Join Dr. Traci every first and third Friday at 9:30 Pacific for this portal of transformation, where truth is spoken, healing is activated, and souls remember who they truly are. Don't forget to subscribe and connect to her on Facebook at The Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Traci. Ready to take the next step? Explore healing sessions, activations, certifications, and her daily spiritual practice membership at tracitrimble.ca. Heal, remember, rise. Your journey starts now.